Welcome everyone to the World of Ability Podcast Network. My name is Emily Gilmer and I'm a podcast engineer here. I'm excited to bring you another episode of the Choose Greater Health podcast. Our friend Paige, that we just started here a month ago, and that we're going to be doing on Fridays, 2 o'clock Central here. And we met Paige just a few months ago. But so this show's kind of connected with her story about brain injury, and the resources and so on. But nothing further ado, I'm going to pass it over to Paige to kick us off today.
Thanks, Emily. And
So welcome, Paige.
what I have to talk about today is a brain injury support group sort of meeting that I was at earlier today called Seminole Spirit, and the facilitator is based in Atlanta, Georgia, or has connections there, and they talked a lot about the Shepherd Center for Brain Injury Rehab, and that's also connected with the VA there. And so the focus of this meeting was speech therapy, and there were some exercises presented and information, and some uh, speech therapy students were in attendance, and that was really interesting to meet all of them, similar to the guests we've had at my local brain injury support group. And so at this meeting today, we had an exercise set up, a brain game sort of thing, where there were words, and the challenge was to write them down and put them into a category where they belonged. Although that was toward the end of the meeting, and it was just a really interesting time. And those meetings are on the quite possibly the second and fourth Fridays also. And I can include the meeting link to that for the show notes. And I've also posted it in my Facebook group, and I shared it with my local group too. So I'm also in a group called the Brain Exchange, and I'm going to be sharing my story as a headlining presenter there next month, and really looking forward to that. And that is also an international group, although more so than the other one, with everyone joining in on Zoom. And there have been a whole lot of different stories and things there. Although I'm still thinking that my case of acquired brain injury by oxygen deprivation and blood clots is still a unicorn. That's definitely the case for me. I found a lot of these groups and resources just through emails and other groups, and I can't even remember where I exactly came across the Brain Exchange, though that might have been also a referral like Seminole Spirit was. And that's how I found a lot of things actually, by word of mouth referrals. and that's what I can suggest for other brain injury survivors, or I can provide those resources so that they can get to know about what else is available.